I'm Jessica Chobot. Zombies ate my neighbors, and this is Nerdist News. I like my zombie apocalypses like I like my coffee. Hot, steamy, and never-ending, which is why I'm excited to say a Walking Dead spinoff is finally lumbering to life. As if to apologize for totally spoiling their mid-season finale on Facebook this weekend, the folks behind The Walking Dead finally started giving us some details about the show we've learned is codenamed Cobalt. Casting calls from earlier in the year clued us in to some plot details, namely that it'll track a divorced teacher named Sean Cabrera and his son, who travel alongside a guidance counselor named Nancy Tompkins, her 2 children, and a wilted flower child named Andrea, which is confusing because we already had an Andrea. This morning, the Tompkins kids were cast with the actor formerly known as Creepy Kid Voldemort, Frank Delane, filling in the role as Nancy's son, who is apparently a drug addict, and Aussie actress Alicia Debnam Carey as the daughter, who is being described as ambitious. Sorry, kid, you're in The Walking Dead. Ambition is totally useless. I don't think you're gonna end up being the world's first lady president or anything. So what exactly is this spin-off? Well, Robert Kirkman said last week in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter that his biggest regret about the show is revealing in the season 1 finale that the French were working on a cure for zombieitis. He said he was excited to explore what's going on in the rest of the world in the spin-off instead. So our money's on an international location, or at the very least, a story that could take our characters on a journey overseas. But of course, the big question is, do we need a Walking Dead spin-off? The answer, of course, is yes, Doge! From Kirkman's now classic comic series to the amazing Telltale games, I think it's safe to say that there's an unending amount of great stories you can tell in the Walking Dead verse. Our only concern is whether this spin-off will focus on that ultimate mystery: what caused all the freaking zombies in the first place? Do you guys even want to know, though? Avoiding that trope of other zombie tales and focusing on the characters is what enables this series to stay interesting. So please, don't pull a Darabont and start digging too deep into the how and why of this apocalypse just yet, AMC. But what do you fleshbags think? Is too much Walking Dead a bad thing? Does this spin-off sound like it's on the right track? Did you bail in season 2? It's okay to admit it. Let's get into it in the comments below and head on over to the Nerdist merch store. First 50 people to use the magic code get 10% off your order, so make sure and do it fast. Click on my screen-accurate Walking Dead cosplay arm to subscribe to the Nerdist channel, and we know you need to process last night's mid-season finale of Sleepy Hollow on Sleepycast, the official Sleepy Hollow podcast. Dan and Max No Sleeves are talking about the most badass sleeveless badasses in movie history on the Badass Dan Cave, and head on over to Nerdist.com for even more Nerdist news. Ooh, zombies! Stabby, stabby.